So on worksheet 3.1, question number 3, Stephen's asking about how to explain what your answer means. So an effective rate is essentially taking some kind of rate that's being compounded and putting it into apples to apples with a simple interest rate. So you want to talk about your compounding gives you a certain rate, right? What we're doing there, you've got a certain rate that you're compounding. And when you turn that into an effective rate, a basic simple interest rate, what is that? And so that kind of helps you be able to compare to other possible investments at different rates. Does that help a little bit?
Yes, that makes more sense. I just wasn't sure what the answer, like once I got it, what it actually meant. I was like, okay, I'm not sure what this means now.
It is kind of confusing. Just want to make sure everybody knows that the little example at the end of the lesson on page 278, where it's developing this U thing, I just kind of go through the series of what they did in the table to get you to see that this ratio of your number of times you're compounding n over the interest rate gets really, really, really infinitely big. And so it essentially makes your base of your exponent right here in the formula, it makes that get very, very close to 2.718. So instead of writing out the formula, we're just going to put E, which is a number in the calculator that is approximately 2.718 with a bunch of decimals. So if you use the letter E in Desmos, it retains it. So don't type in 2.718, just use the E, and it'll be italicized so it knows that it's using a number, kind of like the number pi is 3.14. So you're going to use this, what I'm circling right here, you're going to use this formula for your compounding continuously.
Okay.
Yep. And you're going to see that as you compound more and more times, the amount that you're earning is growing, but it starts to kind of diminish. You don't increase wildly, right? It increases from compounding twice a year to 4 times a year to daily to continuously, but it starts to diminish a little bit.
Okay.
So if you watch the videos and then are watching this video going over some things on the worksheets, I want you to think of it as when you're watching the videos, you're not going to get everything all at once. And it might feel a little frustrating because you can't ask questions right away. But the good thing is it gets you thinking so that when you get to the worksheets, that's when you probably start to realize, okay, this is where I have a misunderstanding or I'm not sure. So that's why I want to make sure you're reaching out to me, watching the video where we're answering questions about the worksheets. Mark places in your workbook, like this is where I wasn't sure what was going on. That might help extend your learning a little bit.
Okay.
Yep, question 1.
So for 1B, using that formula, I just want to make sure I'm compounding it monthly correctly. Can you show me how you do that?
Let me get to you're saying on worksheet 3.2.
Yes.
So compounding monthly on this one. So what formula are you using?
The A equals P with the parentheses 1 plus R over N, and then the NT and the exponent.
Okay, yep. And what do you want to verify again, hon, on the monthly?
So when you're compounding it monthly and not yearly, I just want to make sure I'm plugging that in there correctly.
Okay,
because it looks kind of weird to me.
Sure.
I had the 12,000 as P, obviously, and then 1 plus 0.218 over 12. And then for my exponents, that's where I was a little bit confused. I put n as 12 again, and then multiplied by, and that's where I don't really know what I'm multiplying by.
So
One, maybe? I don't know.
what does T represent?
Time.
So how long are we leaving our investment in there?
Oh, 5 years still?
Yep.
Okay, so, and then do I do that times 5 or do I have to do that by the month?
Up here.
Yeah.
So, yep, so that's going to get multiplied. So essentially we're getting interest 60 times, right? 12 times 5 is 60. So 60 times
Okay.
we're going to get interest compound. They're going to calculate the interest and give it to us and then start building again.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. Looks set up right to me.
Okay.
You
Thank
got
you.
it. Nice in your head. And when you raise that to the exponent, I'm going to share my Desmo screen. So when you put this in, make sure the exponent, you put it in parentheses. So you say 12 times, whoopsie, whoopsie. And then in the exponent, okay. The exponent is in parentheses, so 12 times 5. So if you wanted to multiply that ahead and put 60, that's fine. But if you want to let Desmos do the work, make sure you put that multiplication in parentheses or else it won't do it together. So did you get 13,380?
No, I must have typed something wrong here.
Maybe I did. 12,000, right? 0.02.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot my 0. Okay, no, I got that.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
So for the unit 3 project, there's like a small part 1 section that's just filling out like small information for all of our tasks. Okay.
How about I wanted to go through that today, so I'm glad that you brought that up. So I am going to share my screen. I did want to go through that. I'm super glad that you brought it up here. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
ACC screen. Okay. So yes. Make sure I'm recording. So actually, I'm gonna close all these because it's driving me crazy. So on 11/2, so on today's date, there is the folder for the Unit 3 project, and there are 5 pieces to it. And I broke them down by due dates just because there's so many pieces. I wanted to make sure everybody was working on them as we go. So part 1, you click on this and it's going to ask you to make a document, make a copy. And yep, part 1 is all about just your data gathering. So task 1 is going to be all about finding the car that you love. And you're going to find that car, put a screenshot in here so I can see it. You're going to let me know the make and model. So if it's a Ford Fusion and what year it is, and then what is the price of the car. It can be a new car, it can be a used car, I don't care. Task 2 is finding your dream home. I prefer that it's not renting an apartment. Somebody wanted to do that once, and I want it to be something that you're purchasing so that you're walking through this, because in lesson 3, 4, we're gonna purchase a home. I think it's lesson 3, 4. And then what is the price of that home? Task 3 is, what do you want to be when you grow up? So what is your ultimate goal for a job? Not what do you currently do, but what is your ultimate goal? And yes, I got to go to that and change that. Shouldn't say medical marijuana. And that student did that. And then tell me what that salary is going to be. So I want that. If it's hourly rate, make sure that you put hourly. If it's an annual salary, then you can just put that amount in there. And then task 4 is going to be, I'm giving you $25,000 to invest. You can pick the stock. If you want to use the same stock that you use in the Unit 2 project, perfect, but you don't have to. So I need to know the name of the stock that you're choosing, and what it was on the first day that you collected data. You're collecting data on 2 days. So just make sure that the first day is the date that you chose it. And then once you start working on that task in like a couple weeks or whatever, then you'll go and find what it's valued at again. Okay, so that's part 1. This is all that needs to be turned in on Sunday. It's just data gathering. And the cool thing is, it's like once you get going on this, it just is like, oh, okay. And then it feels better, I think, to keep going on the other parts. It kind of gets you motivated. And then there's going to be the car purchase task, the home purchase task, the career task, and the stock purchase task. And they're all described right here. And I've used these, I wrote these myself. I've used them for a couple semesters. So I think they're pretty well written as far as explanation, but if you have any questions at all, just let me know. Does that help, Stephen?
Yep, it does. I just wanted to make sure I was working on the right thing.
Yes, yes, yes.